So she put it under her bed, and then she did what I believe is going to be a very good exercise for all of us as we're getting to know ourselves better, is she engaged in an activity, she said, that was non-anxiety provoking. She found gardening, as many of our garden fairies here. And she said it was an exercise that she got to be with herself and know herself better. And through gardening, and she stayed committed to that until the first line of the book came authentically through her. To know herself better, that is that place of that realness that's within us that can't be constricted or can't be a place that we are trying to find through trying to please someone else. It has to be that place that is really yours. And when you consider being brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous, what is that within you that wants to express that? It's not a doingness as much as it is a beingness. It's that place in you that knows that you know that you know. And it is often a place where we have to let go of many things to find that real place. We have to recognize that when I say, who do I think I am, that it is a place of really wanting to love that soul that was born as you. You know, children have so many things to teach us, and often a great exercise to do as you're trying to get to know yourself better is to remember yourself as a child, the things you love to do, the ways, the confidence that you had, the joy you had, and just the simple things that you were drawn to do. I know I was with my nephew a few years ago, and he fell down, and I said to him, "Oh, poor kid." And he got up, and he looked right at me, and he said, "I'm not a poor kid." And I went, "Yeah, you're right, you're not." I mean, you know, it's so interesting how we will say these things about us today, but when we were young, we knew the truth. We knew the truth that set us free. You know, Jesus in his ministry, as he walked along, he was called so many things by people that didn't understand who he was. And he would say things like, "Well, you know that about me. That's your opinion. You're saying that about me. But I don't believe that about myself." So as we continue to walk this walk together of waking up and getting more comfortable with our light than our darkness, and more comfortable with being powerful beyond measure than being inadequate, we get to really walk that place as we sing at the end of our service, and let there be peace on earth and let it begin with me, that's where it begins. It's inside of you. I journey with many of you all as you come to classes, and on Wednesday nights at 7, we ask these questions in a group, and we talk about them more, and we ask everybody to have a voice with these questions, so please join us on Wednesday night. And there's a woman that had one of the similar experiences. She's journeyed through coming to Unity and coming through classes. She's a creative writer. She's a brilliant creative writer. And when she first came and started talking to me and coming to classes, she was in a job that didn't involve writing. She was in a job that she was there for her paycheck because she wasn't focusing on being brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous. And when she came to me talking about this job, she had horrible headaches. And she was stressed, and her body language was like this. She said, "You know, I'm in this job, but I think I'm a writer, but, you know, I don't have time to write because I'm in this job." And you see it. We've all had body language like that, right? When you're doing something that's really not yours to do. And so we had to be in this conversation of, weren't you born in that sense of the image and likeness of God, the brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous you? And as she agreed to that and was in groups, and this is such a powerful energy when we come together and agree on this, she was able to let go of that job. And then she was more in this place of being able to write, but she kept sort of, drawing jobs to her and writing jobs to her that still weren't the essence of her. Like Elizabeth Gilbert, where is that essence from which she could write? And she kept letting go, and a lot of tears about this hanging on to that which is not us. But it just in a very recent time, through an image that came to her from a story that her husband wrote called The Binky Tree, she was able to see the story of these binkies that were hanging from this tree, and it wouldn't let go. It wouldn't let go of her in her mind. And so she decided to create a story that is for children called The Binky Tree, which I thought was a really perfect example about what we're all doing as we're getting to know ourselves better. What is that binky that we're all hanging on to, that her image of this story is that all these parents bring their young children to this binky tree when they're ready to let go of their binky, 2 or 3 years old, and they hang this binky on the tree, and that we honor this rite of passage. And that's what we're doing, friends, as we keep growing, is that we're letting go of this thing we don't need anymore. This story, like my friend that said, I'm washed up, relationships will never work in my life anymore. Elizabeth Gilbert, who by all stretch of the imagination is a millionaire and now has a movie that's going to be produced around her book, we'd think she's pretty finished with the story of needing to figure out who she is, right? But not at all. She's now gardening and going into a deeper sense of her. And then this lovely lady that's stayed around here long enough to allow this binky tree image to turn into a story that she said is for children, but it's really for all of us. What is that we need to continue to let go of so we can live this life that we're born to live? Brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous. See, your ever-evolving nature eludes permanent classification. Your ever-evolving nature eludes permanent classification. That you are, the thing that we want to get the most comfortable with is this is a way of life. There isn't a place that you get it and you sell it and you're finished. You know, this is the knowing that you're a spiritual being that's on this ever-evolving journey. And as we get comfortable with these things, like whether it's my exercise class or reading a book or a relationship that has an awakening that's waiting for you in it, every single thing in life has a place where it's asking you to wake up and be more you. So as we get comfortable with this journey that we're on, we realize that living into the answers of the questions is what our life is all about. I am an ever-evolving soul that has no permanent classification. So from that place, let's tell ourselves the truth again about being brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous. So hand on your heart again, okay? Let's take a deep breath. And repeat after me. I am brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Take another deep breath. Well, it's an honor to be with all you brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous people. And let's live from that place and look at what it is that comes up as you tell yourself that. And let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with each and every one of us. So let's spend time in that silence acknowledging that great, magnificent soul that you are.